Hey there everyone, it's Dr. Sarah Andreas. And this month our series is all focused on being perfectly imperfect and loving it. So many times we get caught up and have to be perfect. Whether it's living a perfect life, having the perfect career, whatever it is that we imagine needs to be perfect. And I think it gets in our way. It gets in our way of achieving amazing results. It gets in our way of having wonderful relationships because we have this expectation of how it should be, and that expectation or vision doesn't line up with what reality is. So all this month, we're going to talk about being perfectly imperfect and what you can do to really embrace the imperfectness in your life, because I believe that being imperfect actually is what makes us unique. It makes us individuals. It makes you a wonderful person. And so let's explore that. And we've got topics all this month to talk about. So let's talk about the first topic of being perfectly imperfect, and that is making mistakes. So many times we really let fear stop us from trying something new because we're afraid of making a mistake. But here's the thing, making a mistake is a learning experience. And for a lot of years, I let the idea of making a mistake really hold me back until I reprogrammed my thinking to understand that it's a learning experience. Yes, you still get the painful consequences that come along with making mistakes, because that's a part of learning and growing. However, when you view a mistake as a learning experience, it's easier to let it go and not dwell on it and let it eat you up inside. And that's the thing that I had a problem with for a long time, is I would make a mistake and then I would dwell on that mistake forever, and it would like give me an ulcer, and I'd be fretting about making that mistake. And so when I changed it from focusing on making a mistake to saying, you know what, that was a great learning experience. And then what you need to do is list out, what did you really learn from that experience? When you make the list of the things that you learned from that experience, it gives you the opportunity to really view it as that learning experience. And as you unpack it, you're like, oh, this wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Or you might say, oh, this was really bad, but I learned something from it, and now I can move on and I won't make that same mistake again. Or if I have that same circumstance, this is how I'm going to handle it differently. All right, you guys, I'll talk to you next week.